seen her rear hair. Never.
Never?
Never.
Ever?
And I told her, I said, baby, be yourself, baby. I ain't never seen your hair, but I know it can't be too bad. You know, complain about her size or whatever the size got to do with anything. You know what I'm saying?
Ms. Brown, what's up with the wig?
45-year-old Jacklyn Brown and 41-year-old Dion have been engaged for the past 6 months and were on the fast track to saying I do. But now their love train has veered slightly off course.
Mr. Philia would be like, baby, I'm going to do this and I'll be back. And I'm sitting in the house, I look around, there comes the next day, there's no Dion.
I came home one day to a Dear John letter telling me, you know, I can't do this and, you know, your baby mamas and you're not coming in or whatever.
Will Judge Lynn give this derailed couple her blessings or send them off on to separate tracks? Today, on Divorce Court Before Your Vows.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Jacklyn Brown and Dion Philia.
Yes,
it's good to see you both. You are here for one of my favorite things, which is Before the Vows. And you two are thinking about getting married, but you have some issues, and you came here to get my opinion on the status of your union. You also gave me your marriage license, and you've given me permission to tear it up if I don't think it's a good idea, or to give it back to you if indeed I think your marriage has some legs, something to
That's
go
right,
with
Your
it.
Honor.
So let's get started. I've given you a compatibility test, and I have some things I'd like to say about that.
Okay.
But before we do, Ms. Brown, I'm going to start with you. Why are we here today? Why do you want to get married but aren't quite sure it's going to work out?
First of all, Your Honor, I'd like to start out by thank you for letting me be here today in your courtroom.
Well,
I really
I'm
love you
glad to
very
have
much,
you.
and I watch the show every day.
Oh, good for
and
you.
I have a problem with his 6 baby mamas and his
He has
8
6
kids.
babies' mothers.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, are they causing problems, or they just the fact that they're there is a problem?
No, they're causing the problems. It's not the kids, it's the baby mamas. You know, and therefore, like, let me give you an example. You know what I'm saying? We have one baby mom, you know what I'm saying? She'll call him, asking him to come and do this, come and do that, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, why do you have to go do that? You know what I'm saying? He's not your, you know, you're not her man, you know what I'm saying? So why should you have to come and put on license plates? Why should you have to come and put up barbecue grills? Why should you have to put up beds? Why should you have to come and light fires and all that stuff? I'm like, what do they think you is, the king of the grill or something? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Then when I try to say something to him, you know what I'm saying, he try to get mad at me, thinking that I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying, towards the kids when I'm not doing anything towards the kids. It's about the baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my man. That's my man.
Mr. Philia, are you over there lighting grills and changing light bulbs?
No, Your Honor. Look, this is what's going on. Like, it'd be my, I'm not no confrontational type of person. You know, I try to keep the peace between my baby mamas so I can see my kids.
And that's a lot of peace to keep, because you got 7 women to deal with.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am. I'm trying to keep the peace with my baby mama so I can have a relationship with my kids, just as well as my future wife, you know, that I'm trying to be with. You know, she feels like when I go over there to do stuff for my kids, you know, that she's supposed to be able to come along or whatever. And then my baby mama, she's sitting there with the attitude that she don't need to be there when I'm sitting there with my kids. So I'm really just stuck in the middle.
Stuck in the middle.
Yes,
don't know what to do.
I love my kids. A lot of times, my baby mama put my kids up to call me and ask me to do these things. So it's really hard for me to say no to my kids.
Ms. Brown, let me ask you this. You do understand that he needs to maintain a relationship with his children.
Yes, I do understand
And you
that.
also understand that in order to do that, he's got to remain civil with these women.
Yes,
And
yes.
you can't go over there with him. They don't want to see you.
All I'm saying.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But
do you suspect he's doing the wrong thing?
Sometimes, because Mr. Philia would be like, baby, I'm going to do this and I'll be back, and I promise, he looked me dead in my eyes and be like, I'll be back, baby, I'll be back. I'd be like, okay. I'm sitting in the house, I looks around, here comes the next day, there's no Dion. So where have you been?
So where are you with a family member?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not far. Right down the street. Right down the street with my family members.
So it's not, another woman?
No, not with another woman. I'm with my woman. This is the woman I want to be with. I'm with my woman. You know, but...
Your Honor, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to say that while we be at home in the bed, you know what I'm saying, his phone be going off. It be vibrate. He has it on vibrate. He don't have it on ring. You know what I'm saying? he goes out in the street, you know what I'm saying? And when I say, why you didn't answer me? Why you didn't, you know what I'm saying, pick up your phone? Oh, I didn't hear it. It was dead, or it was in somebody's car, or it was in my pocket, you know what I'm saying? But then when they call, when we land in bed,
He hears
phone
that.
rings, he jumps up like Frankenstein and be looking around like, you know what I'm saying? And he hears the phone. So I just be wanting to know, like, why you don't hear me, babe, when I call?
Mr. Philia, are you attached to the phone? Why don't you tell me what's going on with
a
that?
lot of times when I'm with my family down the street, we having fun, probably doing a little drinking or whatever. You know, my phone will be on the charger in my son's car or whatnot. It's not that I'm just ignoring her calls on purpose.
When divorce court before your vows continues, does Jacklyn have some skeletons to hide?
I read the letter, so I figure, okay, I salvage me some clothes. I went to the closet to get me some clothes, Judge. You know, and she popped out the closet.
Why would you pop out of the closet? Divorce isn't easy. If you want to share your story, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows is back with the case of Jacklyn Brown, who suspects her fiancé Dion is cheating on her with one of his baby mamas. But does Jacklyn have some explaining of her own to do?
Her birthday rolled around, Judge, and we was, up at the house, enjoying ourselves, and she get a birthday call. Birthday call from her ex.
Mr. Philia, we've been talking about you for a while. Why don't you tell me why you have concerns about marrying her, or is she the only one with concerns?
Well, I do have some concerns.
Well,
Judge.
please share them with me.
Yeah, I do have some concerns, Judge, because she can be insecure. Like, well, I can tell you about this day. Okay, Judge, one day I stayed out. I was down at my family member's house. The sun beat me home. I came home one day. To a Dear John letter telling me, I can't do this, and, your baby mamas, and you're not coming in or whatever. I had my son with me. He can, he was there with me. So I read the letter. So I figure, okay, I salvage me some clothes. I went to the closet to get me some clothes, Judge. And she popped out the closet. You know what I'm saying? Scared me.
Now, she didn't pop out with anything.
She didn't pop out with no knife. She just popped out the closet. Popped out the closet. I'm reading this letter. She telling me she done left. She can't do this and that. She can't do this relationship or whatnot.
I am.
Yeah, but I'm just.
Why would you pop out of the closet?
Okay, for one, Your Honor, you know what I'm saying? The kids, baby mama called and asked if the kids come over for, like a week. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that because if I love him, I'm going to have to love his kids. And she asked if the kids come over. So I said, I have no problem with that. So when the kids came over and stayed the 2 weeks, Dion got missing. After the kids got missing, Dion got missing. I'm wondering, like, what's going on? And then when he come home, I finally see him coming. So I run in the closet, just to hear what he gonna say. And I'm hiding in the closet. He think I'm gone to work, but I'm hiding in the closet. Soon as he come to the closet, I hear him and his son talking, and they like, oh, she just don't know. Them girls out there where I live at want to get on with you. Huh? I'm listening to everything. They want to get on with you. Okay, see, I'm trying to hear what I'm gonna hear if he stayed out.
Judge. That's up to me if I want to follow that suit. Give me some credit.
Okay, Mr. Philia, let me ask you this. You say she's insecure and jealous.
Yes, ma'am.
And you also say, just whiffed by, the sun beat me home. In other words, you go leave and you don't quite get back till the next day. Do you think that disappearing kind of thing would feed her insecurity and that you might be able to contain it a little bit by being a little more consistent with your arrival time?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. I think I can do better.
It's communication.
I think I can do better on, getting home, not letting the sun beat me home a lot. But she knows exactly where I'm at, Judge. She knows exactly where I'm at. She know my family member. My family member knows her. She knows she welcome to come down there and get me up, and get me on home. I'm not gonna drive. I'm not gonna drive home if I've been drinking or whatnot, and it's literally a skip, hop, and a jump where I'll be.
But you see the problem is,
Yes,
I get what you're doing, and I don't think you're doing anything bad. But now, I understand you believe she's still talking to her ex.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Tell me why you believe that.
I'll tell you about that, Judge. Now, when I met Miss Jackie, You know, I knew she had a prior relationship, you know, but she told me, I don't mess with him no more. They don't have no ties, no kids together or nothing.
Nothing.
He had did her so wrong. She don't mess with this guy, you know. But then, you know, her birthday rolled around, Judge, and we was, you know, up at the house, you know, enjoying ourselves, and she get a birthday call. Birthday call from her ex. You know, this ex that she don't mess with or nothing. So, you know, Judge, I you know, instantly I got insecure about it. You know, I thought you was something to hide. Why is you telling me you don't mess with this guy?
Could
Y'all
I
don't have
speak
no
on that, Your
ties,
Honor?
no strings attached. Why is he calling you on your birthday?
Why is the ex calling with the happy
My
birthday?
ex called me, Your Honor, that particular time that he's talking about, and we haven't dealt with each other. When I met Mr. Philia, I was already in another relationship, not prior to my ex.
And
And,
that-
you know,
and
on your
that was just
birthday,
that.
everybody, if you've been with your ex or whoever
Okay.
you've been with, they gonna know when your birthday are.
Okay.
You know, and they gonna
Gotcha.
call you just like his baby mamas and them call on his birthday. His birthday was just on the 4th.
Okay,
You know,
I got
so.
you.
When divorce court before your vows continues, things get a bit hairy.
We're going to talk about the compatibility test for a second. But right before I do, I want to talk to you about why I got a wig sitting in my courtroom. Do you think Dion has a drinking problem? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991 now.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter at divorcecourt. Divorce Court Before Your Vows returns with the case of Jacklyn Brown, who suspects her fiancé Dion is up to no good because he stays out late at night. But is Jacklyn the one who's hiding something?
I ain't never seen her rear hair. Never. And I told her, I said, baby, be yourself, baby. I ain't never seen your hair, but I know it can't be too bad. You know what I'm saying?
Ms. Brown, what's up with the wig? You two have talked at great length about what you don't like about each other, but this is a before the vows. I want to know why I should consider giving you your licenses back. So I am going to ask you guys to give me the 90 seconds. This is the 90 seconds of pure love. I want you to tell me why she is the woman of your life and why you want to make her your wife. Mr. Philia, go.
Okay, well, she's a beautiful person. She is a beautiful person. She got a big heart. You know, she's good with my kids. She is good with my kids. And that's the number one thing that I do like about her. She is good with my kids. And, you know, she's a good cook. That's what she do for a living. And I like to eat, you know. And we are compatible. We have fun. We have fun together. We do have fun together. And I love her. I really do love her. You know, at the end of the day, I call her my little chocolate drop. She is. That's my little chocolate drop. Yes, ma'am.
You know, I'm gonna take that one. You got a little trouble there,
Yes,
but you brought it back home.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a good job. Ms. Brown, 90 seconds. Why is this brother the only man for you?
Oh, when I met Mr. Philia, you know, I feel like he came in my life, you know what I'm saying, a decent time. He was a good man. He showed me everything that prior relationships I had that they didn't do, and I appreciated that, you know, and I really love him. I love all his kids. They love me, and I just want Dion to change his ways, you know what I'm saying, and we're coming in, stop the arguing and fighting and stuff, you know. And
This is a declaration of love, Mrs. Brown. Declaration of love.
And I just want him, you know, just to have communication, you know.
Declaration of love, Ms. Brown.
you want me?
Declaration of
Say
love.
why you
I
want
love
me,
you
then.
because I really love you because you was the man of my dreams, you know, and I really appreciate the things that you do for me. He is a good man too in heart.
Now, we're going to talk about the compatibility test for a second.
Okay.
But right before I do, I want to talk to you about why I got a wig sitting in my courtroom.
You want me to touch on that?
You want to address that
Yeah,
first? You can address that first, and I'll let Ms. Brown respond. Mr. Philia.
Them wigs is her pride and joy, Judge. I mean, she done had, she got one on now, Judge. I don't mean to put her out there, though. All them wigs, it's another one. We missing another one. But, you know,
Does she have a lot of them, or
It's just three.
She got three. Okay.
Just three, Judge. And she take them to the hairdresser. I thought when you wear a wig, you wear it for, you know, a year to get your wear up out of it. And, you know, she take them wigs to the hairdresser, get pieces added to them. you know, and get pieces taken out, you know. I mean, them is her pride
She's
and joy.
working them
I ain't never
wigs.
seen her rear hair, Judge. Never.
Never?
Never.
Ever?
And I told her, I say, baby, be yourself, baby. I ain't never seen your hair, but I know it can't be too bad. You know what I'm saying? Complain about her size or whatever the size got to do with anything. You know what I'm saying?
Ms. Brown, what's up with the wig?
Your Honor,
Is he telling me truth? Is he
Yes, he's telling you the
exaggerating?
truth, Your Honor. Since I met him,
You've never seen- he's never seen
You
your
probably
hair.
seen my hair probably like one time,
I
but I
seen
had
it in a stocking
flat.
cap.
And
A little
stocking cap.
That's what I seen it in.
When Divorce Court Before Your Vows continues, will Dion heed Judge Lynn's advice for the sake of saving his relationship?
You need to cut back on that liquor.
Yes, ma'am.
It's hard to live with a man who takes a lot of liquor and then gets a little belligerent with it. Very, 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 very hard. Do you think Dion has a drinking problem? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991 now.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows returns with the case of Jacklyn Brown and Dion Philia, who are seeking help from Judge Lynn.
Why are you so dedicated to those wigs?
This wig is here, Your Honor, because this is what I've been doing way before I met Mr. Philia, you know. And I tell him, this wig is, I can't achieve without my weave. So I always wear my wigs, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, Your Honor, like he said about my hair, I say TWA up under here, teeny weeny afro. And that's what's up under this wig. So that's why I
Having
have
talked
this here.
about that, I want to go straight into the compatibility test. I ask both people, I always ask them, what's wrong with you? Because you got to know what's wrong with yourself
Yes, ma'am.
before you put yourself in a house with somebody else. Because if you don't know what's wrong with you, you can't get it together.
Right. Yes.
And Mr. Philia,
Yes, ma'am.
you said a couple of things. You have a bad temper, which I haven't seen here, so we need to discuss that.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you say you have it, I believe you.
Yes, ma'am.
You drink too much, which we've had indications of already because you're down the street drinking and the
Can't make
sun
it
beats you
Yes,
home.
ma'am.
You stay out too late, again, same problem. And I couldn't read the last one, so we just gonna skip it. Tell me about Mr. Philia's temper problem.
Yeah, he has a very temper. We can be like this morning, for instance. You know, my minutes went out, you know, but I kept texting him before my minutes went out and letting him know that I had made it back, you know, and I never see the retext. And
I
I'm
ain't
like,
received those texts.
okay, well, I sent them, and, you know, and then I just, you know, it's just when he get upset, and I think it comes from the drinking and stuff, because he only get like that when he's been drinking, you know, gets a tipper. Other than that,
Are you an
he's
ugly drunk? Are you a mean drunk?
No, ma'am, I don't think so. I just don't tolerate no.
Are you less tolerant when you're inebriated?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you need to cut back on that liquor.
Yes, ma'am.
It's hard to live with a man who takes a lot of liquor and then gets a little belligerent with it. Very, 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 very,
Right,
very,
right.
very, very
I understand
hard.
that. I understand.
And love is making home a safe and comfortable place to be, and you can't do that if you don't have your faculties about you. And when you drink, your faculties are the first thing to run off.
Yes, ma'am.
You with me?
Yes, ma'am.
If he can stay off that lane, he will be okay.
Be all right. Miss Brown, the first three things you said about yourself had nothing to do with who you are, but had everything to do with what you looked like.
That's all I'm saying.
And this is what I want to say to you. The biggest problem you have is you don't know how beautiful you are. You think you need to have accessories, and he doesn't believe it, and neither do I. Your skin is silky, chocolate, and smooth and lovely. Your smile is bright and wonderful. You didn't need any help with that. You don't need any jewels. And your little teeny tiny afro, he wants to run his hands through it.
That's
It's
all I wanna
okay.
do. That's all I want to do. Thank you, Judge.
I took a look at your compatibility test, and you said some wonderful things about one another, about loyalty and heart and trust and honesty. And I loved to hear it because it was good. I thought that you both had a very mature approach to how you were going to do things. I think you're both very, very mature people. Leave the wigs alone. Put down the liquor.
Yes, ma'am.
You take this license, get this woman, and go get married.
Thank you.
My best to both of you. This matter is adjourned.
All right. Party may leave the courtroom.
I plan to make my marriage work by not drinking and stop letting the sun beat me home.
I'm gonna start trusting Mr. Philly more, you know what I'm saying?